Change is the core of digital transformation. Change management is essential for its success. In this chapter, I review aspects of change that need attention from leaders of digital transformation projects. Change management addresses the human aspects of transformation. It helps to understand goals, supports learning, builds trust, and channels feedback. It makes sure systems implemented will also be used for the benefit of the organization. Unlike technical systems, we cannot implement change by setting up a new model and turning a switch. People understand, learn, develop new skills, and practice during the change. This takes time and effort. It also pushes them out of their comfort zone. Change management must take the lead and go ahead of the project. Project manager and leaders must understand change before they can navigate for success. Change management must prepare people affected. When people understand benefits and prepared for the inconvenience of learning in advance, the project meets less perceived resistance. When leaders understand the change process, they do not take inertia and confusion as resistance. The first task of change management is to raise awareness of the complexity of change. The figure on the screen introduces 4 approaches to change and also shows they are interrelated. In digital transformation, we aim for results. This is the cognitive aspect. But we cannot achieve results without addressing other aspects as well. People need to change their behavior to learn, develop new routines, and let old ones go. Behavioral change, in return, relates to psychological comfort and motivation. Project managers need change management support to address these aspects. Change affects people and they respond to it. This response follows a typical pattern and time curves captured in the figure on the screen. The Fisher curve is a sophisticated version of the Kubler-Ross curve. I like to use it here because it reveals the traps of the change process. As change pushes us out of our comfort zones, we respond with feeling confused and uncomfortable. Once we understand the stakes and see benefits, we get excited and eager to go on until complexity hits. As we face challenges, we may doubt we can succeed, but we also find solutions down the road and succeed. The main curve captures this roller coaster. But the change process may get derailed, and as indicated by the forks from this main curve. We may end up with a partial solution, taking an easy exit, or fail. The roller coaster relates to learning. We can replace machines and software, but when change involves people, learning is key. Transformation requires people to learn new skills and develop new routines. But what they should not do is just as important. Often, the need to release established routines blocks the way of learning. We need to go through several steps to change our routines and habits. We need to forget, learn, and practice to replace established routines with new ones. The figure on the screen summarizes this process. When we change how we work, we start with noticing our limitations. Our daily work relies on routines we practiced over the years and follow unconsciously. This is our unconscious competence. We are competent to the level we need not pay much attention to routine tasks. If these routines work, we need not think about other ways of doing things. As a result, we are not aware of our lack of skills. We need not care. This is unconscious incompetence. This is our blind spot. When we change the way we work, we realize we lack skills and knowledge, and what we know well works no more. In this first phase of learning, we face our limitations and recognize the need to learn. We notice our incompetence. In the second phase, we gain new skills and knowledge. we become competent again. But we need to pay attention to routine tasks until we practice enough to develop new schemes in our mind. Once we practice enough, we regain our unconscious competence in the new setup. We develop new routines. If we want lasting change, we need to go through all these phases. So far, we spoke about change at an individual level. Organizational change results from individual changes and organizational learning. This adds a second layer of complexity. Beyond learning the skills to the job, people also need to learn the new configuration. In addition, they take part in the interactive shaping of this new configuration. When we navigate change on an organizational level, we need to address individual differences, interdependencies, conflicts, and other variables related to human interactions. The kernel model shown in the figure on the screen captures this complexity. Change management handles all aspects captured in the model. The change manager needs to deal with organizational politics to secure vital support. Culture is also important. Culture takes time to change, but change cannot last until culture and the fresh ways of operations are in harmony. Change management also needs to take care of the transition process. Facilitation of learning on individual and organizational level is a change management responsibility. We need to cover all three bases to succeed in the creative external part of the change and in the internal human part alike. Change cannot last if we develop poor solutions, but rebuilding self-esteem through improved performance is also necessary. We reach our goals in change only when we have both new solutions and unconscious competence in the new context. Organizations can outsource system implementations and software configurations, but learning is internal. We cannot buy new skills. We may buy books, training materials, and hire experienced trainers, but we still need effort. So change management must take the lead in the transformation process. How can change management lead? It should take the initiative in every stage and navigate the organization through the complexity of change. The first step is to explain what the change is about, show the benefits, and show what can the organization lose by not taking the opportunity. Build the pressure of urgency around meaningful, significant story. Then we need to build a winning coalition of evangelists, leaders, and experts supporting the case. Members of this coalition shape the vision and develop a strategy for change. This is the point where we mobilize the rest of the organization. We communicate the story, vision, and strategy. We persuade people to join and support the case. The next step is to move in the envisioned direction. This phase is where transformation projects kick in. Once we start action, we achieve results and face challenges. Celebrate achievements and learn from failures. Celebrate milestones and closures of projects. But do not be overconfident. Transformation doesn't end when system implementation projects and trainings complete. Change management needs to track the evolution of cultural changes and make sure culture develops and changes last. Change management is essential for successful transformation. Like a captain on a ship, the change manager boards first and leaves last. Change management focuses on the learning process at individual or organizational level. It deals with the complexity of individual learning and its psychological aspects, and organizational learning and its interference with the technical aspects of transformation. Successful transformation is impossible without dealing with the human aspect of change. But we also need a plan. We look at the program structure of digital transformation in the next section.